is going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. If you guys remember earlier this year, at the beginning of the year, we had purchased these beautiful freaking RPF ones that are very, very close to my heart, being that I cannot find this spec like literally anywhere online. And the reason why I'm looking for another spec online is because I can't really fit these exactly how I would want to. Now, finding another set of wheels would be like the quick fix, and I don't necessarily want to do that because I love these wheels to death. So what we're going to be doing this weekend is literally going on an adventure in a sense, because we need to figure out what we need to do to fit these things. Now, right now there is a 245 tire on them. So right now, this is a pretty fat tire for how much angle we're running. Right now, this is a 215 on a 7-inch wheel compared to the 9-inch wheel. So it's just a whole different ball game going from one to the other. So there's quite a few things that we need to address to be able to rock these kinds of wheels or any kind of big wheels in the future. And the first thing is most definitely going to be clearing some of this liner. So I'm going to be showing you guys the detail of that in a second. Once we're done with that liner, back here, there is a extra special piece of this car, which is essentially the end of the frame rail, where the frame rail ends in the manufacturing process, and it kind of juts out into the wheel well, which you can't see until you remove this plastic. So I'll be showing you that as well. Without further ado, let's get this adventure started. So as you can see here, if I do retain this clip here, then I will successfully protect the headlight a little bit, and then a lot of spray into that general direction. So that is why I'd love to keep this clip here. Then there's another one here. It's really not too bad, the clearance up here. It's really bad right here because the wheel just is already way in this area, even on the stock wheels. Now moving on to this side, we'll see what we'll be getting into with brake bank. You can see right here, there's a little stock indentation. That's pretty much where everybody cuts to, just to give it more room. And for reference, I'm already hitting this area. So even on stock wheels, and I believe before that when I was running big wheels up front, I think at certain points I was definitely smacking into that, but generally I don't think I was feeling it, or when I was feeling it, it got over that point pretty quickly. So we're just going to be making more room here, plating it off. That way we have all of the extra room we could ever want. But first we need to make our little cuts here.
I jumped out the rock and said, what's up? Some brothers pulled some gas, so I said, I'm stuck. These girls peeping me, I'm gonna glide and swerve. These hookers looking so hard, they straight hit the curve. Want to bigger, better things, that's some horny tricks. I see my homie and some suckers all in his mix.
So I just could not absolutely, yeah, I just couldn't resist myself. Jesus Christ almighty. I just love the way these wheels look on the car, especially with the angle kit, especially with the fat spacer. Just completely outgrown the fenders at this point. It's so freaking wicked looking. I just can't get over it. This is on a 245 right now, so it's quite a huge, thick, boxy tire. As you can see here, it fills the sidewall all the way out. So what I do have is two brand new Mucho Macho 225s over there, which is what I've been running on the stock wheels, actually. We haven't drifted yet with these on the rear, but I'm so excited to, because maybe I'll actually make smoke for once in my life. And I don't know how I didn't mention this, but the 225s we're gonna be throwing on the RPF ones with the help of Barn Built. So this is pretty sick that we're gonna be going almost across South Florida, seeing Barn Built on the north side of South Florida to help with wheels and tires and swapping some stuff over, and then heading down to Brake Bank to do the plates. In all reality, I could probably ask Barn Built to do the same thing, but Brake Bank had the time to do it. I haven't talked to Barn Built about it at all. They're very busy themselves. It'll be cool to involve both of them in this project of resurrecting the RPF1 FRS, which I really want back. We have arrived at Brake Bank. Tyler helping us out big time here. We actually decided on a different method than I initially thought up just after watching Ryan Turk just cut the absolute shit out of one of these.
Well, let's get a little lube on there. There we go. That'll start cutting better. So we'll end up plating that up later on to cover that hole up and make it look clean.
But I don't think we need to do all that. What we're going to be doing instead is cutting relief cuts here along this edge, which is the problem, using the stock cap to our advantage and hammering the living daylights out of it until it's flush and gives us pretty much that extra inch of clearance there. So we're going to get right to it. Looks good, guys. Looks really good, really good. Check that out. We're gonna get all the clearance we need, and it's pretty clean here. Keep our stock points. Happy as fuck.
There ain't no problem you can't solve with a cutoff wheel and a hammer.
Man, so I just absolutely went at it as soon as I got back home. And I just sprayed this side without showing the finished product in its bare metal form, which I thought was pretty dope. I'll try to put a picture of it on screen right now, which I just sent over to Steven. So what I think is super cool at this point is this car has now been fabbed or, you know, cut by, I think, like 2 very special people, or people who really know their shit in drifting and people I can really trust. So it's really, really great to have that kind of thing on this kind of car, that kind of insurance. And I'm really stoked overall on how it came out. Let's go to the side that's already done. But yeah, pretty stoked. I just did one quick low coat. There's little pieces like down here that I want to hit too, because we did shave off a little bit of the metal. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to be throwing these wheels on and trying them out today. So we're not going to have too much content, I guess you could say, on that necessarily for this video. This video, as far as I see, is pretty much wrapped up here, doing this modification to the car to allow for wheels like that. And I think we still have a road ahead of us, even with what we've done. There's potential that with this kind of wheel, we might have to go over fenders or cut the current bumper, all sorts of stuff. We don't know. I don't know. No clue. But that's the fun part about drifting, I guess, is you jump in and then it's just one giant spiral of financial ruin. I mean, financial hardship and fun. Fun. Alright guys, we have made it to our little test spot here, or my favorite spot to test after doing angle stuff, it seems. Here I think we're still rubbing on something, so let me check what that is. We're just rubbing some of the plastic, as I can tell. Yeah, so it seems to be mostly plastic up in here. Maybe a piece of the fender, potentially. Yeah, I think I will drive around town on this just to see if it does end up blowing this side out or what happens with it. But main thing, I'm really happy that this is not a point of contention, it seems. We are clearing it pretty well, and then even if we aren't clearing this, even if we're hitting into here, we got some really, really good, like, room. What do you call that? Safe room? Safe place? So now we're gonna go wicked nasty full lock angle. And the things I guarantee I am already gonna rub on, probably the tie rod. That's about it, but that's kind of normal. I think I rub on the tie rod. Oh, there it is. Let me try to get up on it. It's gonna happen, you know, one day. If I do it now or if I do it at a drift event, so. Ooh, that sound though. That is definitely the sound of that nice white coating getting scratched by the tie rod, as you can see there. But you know, that's inevitable. What I could do here potentially is put the stops back in, the limit stops. But it's pretty cool to see that we're only rubbing on here. But Jesus Christ. Would you just look at it?
You know, when I see a car like this, first thing I do is I say, would you look at this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
That's some crazy shit, man. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I know it probably has been a very long one, but it has been a very fun one for me because I have regained my RPF 1s, or at least it seems we are really close to that point where I can start driving on them again. Like honestly, I think I could drift with them how they are now. That is the absolute limit of the angle where we're getting the wear on the tie rod. And I've seen and heard about that 1,000 times from 1,000 drifters. So I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. What is the bigger deal is we have a functioning car with 17x9s in the front with a full fucking angle kit. So that's the important part. So that is gonna be it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this, what was kind of like Florida drift shop adventure as we went across South Florida to different drift shops of homies and got this shit done. So I am stoked that we got to do it with buddies, with friends, with the community. Big thanks to Barn Built Drifting for all their help, and big thanks to Breakbank for all their help as well, because I simply cannot do shit like this on my own. So, or at least it would take me 2-3 times the time to do all this kind of stuff. So I'm deeply, deeply grateful to both of you guys. Thank you so, so much. And lastly, we actually hit 500 subs recently, which is super, super sick. I don't know like how to do a subscriber special. I don't think I necessarily will be, but just know I'm deeply grateful for that as well. For all of you who watch the videos and who kind of motivate me to keep doing this. It's not necessarily a guarantee that you keep doing YouTube, you know? I think it's a very long process, and I'm stoked that it seems that I have quite a lot of decent, awesome people behind me that do enjoy watching the stuff that I put out there. So big thanks to you guys. I love you all a ton, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me through all the weird, cringy moments that have been on the channel so far, and I don't promise they're gonna stop because I'm still just a cringy, weird person. So that's gonna be it, guys. I've been rambling way too long. Love you. Peace out. Bye.